So we have heartbreaking news, guys, for our fellow Atlanteans and Alabamians. I've seen this news on, I don't follow news channels, but it's more Instagram story about what's going on in Atlanta about the sex trafficking. So there's a video somebody sent me, and basically it was a young lady. She was in a car. Light-skinned Keisha posted it. The girl was explaining that she was working at Red Lobster. She got off work, went to the bus stop, and from the bus stop she was snatched up and was taken away. Basically, next thing you know, she woke up, she's in a hotel room with several men, and saw that there was another girl there. She looks younger. We find out later in the video she's 15 years old. They took her there, they beat her, they raped her. And basically, like, they threatened her saying, you gonna work for me or I'm gonna kill you. So she was working for them for 2 weeks. And her family posted a missing picture, and that's how a detective, I guess, somebody disguised as whatever, private whatever, they found her. And rescued her, and luckily they were able to rescue the 15-year-old girl as well. So they're saying there's a lot of, and then after that, a lot of people was coming out saying that they've been approached at Lenox Mall, talking about join a church, and they'll tell you to, look it up online, and they'll use that to track you on your phone. That's why people are saying, if you find stuff that you get a random text saying, hey, somebody complimented you, or hey, this and this, and you click on it, that's a possible sex trafficking ring that you'll be trapped into it, and they could track you. And also, white vans do not park in between the big cars, because that's another tactic. Make sure, basically, don't go out at night, avoid vans, and don't open text messages, because I got several of those before. Have you guys?
I have, yes.
So that's the story that's been going on. So what do you guys, your thoughts on that? And
man,
even, have you heard of Jeju Sana?
Yeah.
They're saying that's, I don't want to say that would, allegedly that's a part of a sex ring as well. That sauna open 24 hours. Like 8 different sauna rooms, that they're a part of it too as well. So I don't know.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just never think it can happen so close to home. It's really sad and it's heartbreaking. And it's also, you have to, basically as soon as you leave your house, you have to be on high alert constantly. It's really sad that it has to happen, that it is happening. All you can do is take preventative measures. Always try to, stay with your friends, or always let someone know where you're at, where you're going. It's so sad, especially because they're targeting younger girls.
Yeah.
Younger.
And I heard they target most of the people, the girls they target is like black and Hispanic. So that makes you wonder. Why only blackness? Because if you're targeting girls, why do you only specify specifically black and Spanish girls?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's like really crazy.
Why is that? Why is it just black and Hispanic girls?
Because
does anybody know?
Desiring that their body shape or the way they look, they're more desirable. Like, I'm not saying that, but it just makes you think that why are so many African American young girls and Latino young girls are just disappearing? But from what I'm seeing, it's a lot of African American girls.
A lot, yeah.
In a matter of just a few months, it's just disappearing.
Yeah.
And
from a young age, from like little 3-year-olds, starting from 3-year-olds. It's not just teenage girls that they're taking.
And
They're
I've heard-
targeting.
I even heard it was boys as well that they're taking young boys. You can't. That's why you you cannot leave your child unattended. You cannot have that sense of, oh, let me just let my child run free. No, you have to be there. Like, I don't blame mothers that have really young children that put those little not, I don't want to say leash, but it looks like that. It's like a pack, and you hold on to him so that they have that freedom to roam, but you have that comfort of them being there at the same time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You can't even let your kid be free no more. You can't even be free as a woman. Even now, children, nobody's safe. Everybody is just.
And I feel like for mothers especially, and fathers, you need to teach your kids to call you by your name. Let's say you in the park, right? And then there's other kids there, and your kids get snatched. If your kid don't know your name and they shout "mom," how many moms are there? You know. But if your kid be like Beth, and then you the only Beth over there, you react more than just your kid knowing learning how to just call you mom or dad. You know.
Another thing too. I'm sorry. Another thing too is you have to teach your children. If any situation, like my mother taught me, if somebody comes near you, yell, like scream, run, and if somebody touch your private area, that's a no-no. Like, you have to prepare your child. It's sad that you have to do this, but you have to prepare your child in situations like, if anything happens, this is what you do, so that if that happens, your child is like, okay, I gotta do this.
Yep.
So, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
My kids call me by my name, and I'm always hard on them to say mommy, They call me and the dad by our names. It's just like that, so.
Well, no, it's not the fact that they just call you. Like, I'm saying, like, if you, like, in a public place.
Yes, I understand.
And then if your kids know that, okay, that's my mom. Because if your kid just calls you mom, and you in a crowd, how many mothers are there?
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of mothers.
Yeah.
But how many Achilles are there? Only one.
Yeah.
So if you hear Achilles, you respond faster than when somebody say mom, because you be like, okay, am I the mom they're calling, or is somebody else? You know.
Yes.
That's how I feel. And on top of that, I feel like women, we should start, like, have pepper sprays, have keys, just have something that you can fight back with,
Yeah.
Because it's like, in this day and age, especially this modern age where you can randomly get in somebody's car because of the Uber and the Lyft, which are great businesses, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know, so you have to at least have something that you can protect yourself with.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
And
Also, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was gonna say, I remember not too long ago, my son is with me almost everywhere I go, and there are very, very few people who I trust wholeheartedly to leave him with to watch or anything. And I remember these people were always like, they're like, so what is it with you? Are you just like overprotective or what? Yes. And there's nothing wrong with being overprotective over your children. And I feel like people put that stigma like, oh, she's overprotective. Oh, he's an overprotective parent. There's reason why parents are overprotective. It's because there's so many careless parents leaving their children with whoever, whenever. You don't know who's watching your kids. You don't know who's out in these parks thinking, oh, it's just a playground. I can just turn around and be on the phone, or I can go talk to this person. No. Keep your eyes on your kids. They are your child. They are your responsibility. And I'm not saying it's the parents' fault that these kids are going missing, but there's certain things that you can do to prevent it from happening. There's nothing wrong with being passionate about your kids. There's nothing wrong with loving your kids. There's nothing wrong with watching over them, for being, overprotective. There's nothing wrong with that. That is your job as a parent. Do not let anyone, do not let the world, do not let your neighbors, do not do not even let relatives try to talk you out of that or make you feel bad, because you can't even trust them relatives.
Yeah.
It's sad, but you just can't. And, it's just, when it comes to kids, I'm just like, babies, not the babies.
Because they don't have a financial.
It's just one of those things. It's like, why children? They're so innocent. They're so pure. I mean, why? I also want to say, now we have to go back to what I used to say all the time of us being a village. Even though you can try so hard as a parent, it's our duty, it's our job, to take care of our kids and be that protection. But sometimes, no man's an island, and you're gonna need help one way or the other, whether it's school, daycare, wherever it is that they're at. So at the same time, we have to be a village, because it takes a village to raise a child. There's kidnapping going on, all this extra stuff going on. Let's be involved with our community. Let's be involved with one another, because when you hold together, it's harder, for someone else to come in that way. Because what I'm trying to figure out is, in the neighborhood, these things are happening. Where are the neighbors? Are people watching? Like, are we keeping up with one another? Are people checking on one another? And my sister, she plays a big role in just, where you at? She want to know. And sometimes I'm like, yo, chill. Like, you just want to be in somebody's business right at. And sometimes I won't answer her phone, because I don't want her to know my business, where I'm at the moment, what I'm doing. But now I'm like, things like this, someone needs to know when you're leaving the house. Someone needs to know when you're returning, where you're stopping, stuff like that.
I'm like that as well. I'm like, hey, Gladys, you okay? Yeah, okay. Because it's like we do that with each other. Like, if I don't see her for a certain amount of time, I'm like, okay, I need to call her. Is she okay?
Yeah.
She's like, she's okay. I'll let her be, because that simple call can save somebody.
Yes.
It's just, and also I feel like, if, like, for instance, when I don't have this, I have this feeling like I can never. I understand some people, they let their kids walk to the bus stop. I can't do that. I have to sit there, look at him, get on the bus physically, know where he sits. Then I said, okay, now I can go to work. Because I drop him off, go to work. So I have to make sure I see him. I will have this most uneasy feeling if I don't see my child get on the bus. So, yeah, it's just a warning and a caution. Like, I wanted to say this: Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, AutoZone, Amazon. You can get mace. You can get mace from all those places. You can get mace from other companies as well. But those are the 4 that I know of to purchase mace. And you guys have to. I actually need to purchase the mace, because somebody come about, just
And please stay off your phones, especially when you know, because our phones, you just be like looking down and you don't pay attention. And I do that too sometimes. And you don't pay attention to your surroundings. Somebody might be coming for you, but you would not know because you're just on your phone. So if you're in public places, try to stay away from the phone.
And let us try to also, because I know our parents used to do that too, don't talk to strangers, like install certain things in our children. We need to go back to that, because people are getting really comfortable. Hi, sweetie, coming up as nice, but it's not all of them that means well for your child. Yeah. So I'm going to start to, if you don't know, don't talk to who you don't know. Don't accept food from who you don't know. Candy, whatever the case is, cut all of that off.
And another thing, I even spoke to my son about this. I told him, if somebody tell you, your mommy told me to come and pick you up, if I did not tell you that this person is coming to pick you up, do not go in their car, do not go near them. Run and scream.
I've had that talk too. And also safe words. Have safe words with your kids that only you, your family only would know, and that you use in emergencies. Little things like that will definitely help.
Yes.
Yeah, so. All right, guys. Thank you.